Let's try this again. Had to reset my router twice today, but everything was running very, very smoothly. Right up until I wanted to stream, so go figure with that one. So we'll be trying today to pick up a character I've not played in a very long time, Airthea here. My very, very neglected lore master. I have been using him as a crafting character. He is my main jeweler. So he's been making jewellery for my other characters. Just while people join, I'll get my 7 o'clock meds in before I forget. The joy of chronic pain and trying to game and stream at the same time. Right, how's the connection doing this time? 105, that's more like it. Right. Cool. Let me ping a tweet out before... while people join the chat room. Swear things take longer when you know you're live than what they would do if you were just doing them on your own. Okay, I think that's us this time. Coolio. Right, let me clear down mail. I really wish there was a vault keeper before you hit. Hi British Daz, thanks for joining. I'm just getting myself organised, or attempting to. At least. How are you doing?
Greetings.
Right, so pets out, links out. Yeah, ask me again in half an hour or so when my 7 o'clock medication has kicked in, and I'll be able to get back to you on that one. So this is my very neglected lore master, Airthea. I am over leveled by quite a way because I have been using him as my main jeweler, so he has been crafting for other characters, and I don't have much bag space. I'll be using my pending loot like crazy probably. Right, so let me close down Twitter so I don't get distracted by it. There we go. I've had to reset my router twice today, so I'm hoping this 105 millisecond oops, didn't mean to do that. Ping keeps at that level. So we've basically this character's barely started the North Downs. So basically you arrive at Trestle Bridge, and various things are on fire. And you're asked to work out what it was that caused the fire. Let me move slightly closer, then my head won't look quite so dark. So, I have two things to do so far. I've got to first search around Trestle Bridge for the cause of the explosion. An explosion happened in the middle of the night. That set various things on fire. People lost their homes. Trestle Bridge is not in the best of states. And then we need to... oh yes, the other quest I've got picked up here is a poor guy who is... where is he? This guy in stocks here has been locked up because I think he fell asleep on duty, if I remember right. Only he says he wasn't drinking, he didn't cause himself to fall asleep, therefore something else happened. He claims he was drugged. So we have to search an orc encampment up here, which will lead us into Nan Lothran, which is fine if you're over-leveled. They call it a tough area. If you are on level, that can be hard if you're not at least in a small fellowship. But I've never had to fellowship up for that, even the harder areas. Right, so let's find the cause of this fire as an ease into... Let's see if I can even remember where the causes of the fire... Well, because it's night time, we can see some of the shinies at least. So... Black powder. A strange black powder. You have found an exploded barrel amidst the rubble, covered in a fine black powder. This fire does cause damage if you step in it, I discovered on my last visit to the North Downs, so don't do that. Gotta find some... Let me... If I put floaty names on, see if we can find the other... Ah, there is at least a ring. It's around here somewhere. Black powder, there it is, okay. Again, another exploded barrel. And the last one is up by one of the other smouldering houses. This one, maybe? Yeah, there it is. So, let's grab that bit of black powder. And back to Captain Trotter. And try and ease myself in slowly. I'm still fighting a cold, which is getting a bit annoying now. I'm allowed another cold remedy in about an hour and a quarter, hour and a half, so I will be having one of those then.
Greetings.
What is this? Incendiary power of some sort? How strange. Who would do such a thing?
Would you do something for me?
It's important to note, actually, if you take on the North Downs, that this very early part here, in fact it might even be up here, gives extra Bree rep, but if you do the Barrow Downs in Breeland, you hit maximum rep with Breeland, no problem, but there are ways and means of improving that. You don't get to Rangers of Estelden until around here, maybe, when you start to hit the go east, never go north. Flaming powder. I like this not at all. I want to know how it came here, but more than that, I want to ensure it never comes here again. Speak with Aggie at the span and see if she knows anything of this black fire stuff. I've never seen anything like it. I always feel like running is so slow when I'm not playing a hunter.
Oh, you startled me.
Aggie Digweed. Great name. It's more like a hobbit name, Digweed. Captain Trotter is right to be afraid of this black fire. It must be the orcs that have been cropping up near here of late, to the northeast of the pass of Nan Lothran. Surely they have wrought some fell magic and are using it to bring down our town and choke off the Greenway. We cannot let them Aethir. They failed to destroy us once, so you must assume they will try again. You cannot let them. Okay. So what we can do now is hit two quests at once, because there's the drugging incident to investigate here and the black fire incident to investigate over there. Now I've got to try and remember. Did I not? I didn't think I brought up my links. I thought I did. Right. Let's hit the orcs where it hurts. There are some of the kill this mob and it triggers a quest thing around this area, but in all reality, if you don't need Bree rep, it's not worth it. There are plenty of quests hanging around for to hit the number of quests that you need to complete the number of quests deed. I never remember what it's called. Where we're in the North Downs, aren't we? So what's that? If I go to area door, we're at here. That's Lowlands, North Downs. Of Glory's long past. There are loads of quests. So the only ones you may want to pick up when you do this are things like defeat orcs, because Orc Slayer is a Slayer deed to be done here. So I didn't summon my links. I didn't think I had. Let's try again. There we go. Right. Seeing triggered Orc Slayer. Now I've got to remember, how do I heal this poor thing? Knowledge of cures. There. And I did warn people that I would be live and clueless, because I haven't played my Lore Master, apart from for crafting, in a good number of months, let us say. Oh, pants, I've got to find the thing I'm supposed to light. Is this? Yes, destroy the Black Fire encampment. Right, so what am I doing with the cauldron? Looking for how this guy may have been drugged. So that's one of the samples. And then, remind myself what we're going. We've got, allows you to see better hidden enemies. Oh! Yes, my pet is in... what the heck if your pet's triggered it? In aggressive mode, which is very handy for deeding. Because it means they spot things you don't sometimes. Revive, we've got a sign of renders an ally immune to stuns. Knowledge of cures is the one I'll need quite a bit. I'm not going to need to transfer power. It's which one's the health? Is it this one? Inner flame. Yes, okay. At least I warned people I was going to be clueless for this one. Hopefully with a 2 to 3 hour stream I should be able to get my head around things again. Right, so we still need to defeat a bunch of orcs. Hopefully my links will clear down some of these birds in the meantime. I, however... Oops. Yeah, go grab that orc as well. Fabulous. Right. Now then, where's the crate of things I'm supposed to be destroying? Here? Yeah. And is there a cauldron by this fire? There is indeed. And the last camp is up here. If you have a jeweler, you still actually want to be picking up silver ore whenever you find it, because some of the expert recipes require white gold, for which you need silver. So always pick up white gold, and if you've got other crafting alts, which I need to pick up some barrow iron for a newbie out of mine, then we grab some of that. Okay. Off you go. Yay. Okay, we'll be if I level up in the stream, I will be mighty surprised. I never intended on being this over-leveled for the North Downs. It's a region I usually enjoy, but purely through crafting. And I must have cleared a lot of stuff in the Lowlands to have gotten this high up. Nope, where's the thing? Oh, it is that one. Just a bit slow to react. Ooh, okay. And cause of the drugging is that one? Yes. Right, now we just need to find some cruel beaks. Yeah, me too. I mean, they're not going to give you status updates probably until the half an hour before otherwise you'd be going live, because you can't always know, having in the past run a company that had to deal with had to deal with servers. You can't always know how on time you are, because some things are hard to predict, and this is a massive job. I mean, that's why I tweeted out and said, look, give these guys some space to do what they need to do. I can come back for Cruel Beaks, because I will have to come back up to this region anyway. Yeah, so I mean, the main thing is they should not go live with those servers until they are convinced it is all okay. I would rather they took longer and be absolutely certain that all the data is there and that nothing has been lost from anyone's characters, and then finally go ahead with it. Deed bestowed Orc Slayer. Yeah, that's not a surprise. Oh, it will be a huge amount of work, British Daz, yeah, absolutely. Not kidding. I mean, that they said in that tweet, it will be at least 12 hours. So I think certainly people in the UK should expect not to get on today, and if they do, then that's a bonus. But I think it was 12 hours, should take it through to about 9:30 UK time, I think.
I didn't know anything, I'm sure.
So much. Was it all destined for us, or perhaps they were planning to bring it along to Bree once we were all dead? Evil surrounds us, Aether. This is a bad time, mark my words. I've never seen orcs dare to come so close, or interfere with our lives, other than scare travellers on the road. I've never seen such great numbers of them. You'll be wanting to tell Captain Trotter about this. No, you want me to tell Captain Trotter about all this. I think that's the safest approach there. British does say yes, the game is offline all day, and if you manage to get on, then that's a bonus, but just don't expect it.
What do you need?
You found something to prove we were drugged? That's wonderful, Aether. You must show the captain at once so he can set me free.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Please, show the sleeping draft to Captain Trotter, then he will know I was not remiss in my duties. We have been sabotaged. Poor Captain Trotter. Must just be the brunt of everyone's frustrations in Trestlebridge, and there's a lot of frustrations. Another bit of history with this is the Rangers of Esteldin, who you build up the reputation with in this region, they're not most trusted by the people of Trestlebridge, and that will take a long time for that hurt to
How can
be
I be of
resolved.
service?
It does later on in the epic. Captain Trotter listens to your explanation and takes a deep sniff from the potion flask. The orcs brewed this, did they? This is not good for us. It appears they have taken to using sabotage when their raids have been dashed against our defences at the Trestlespan. I suppose Talbot may be freed from his bonds, but the guards must be on alert for any suspicious travellers from this point on. It's a sad day for Trestlebridge.
Greetings.
This is to do with the black fire we discovered a few minutes ago. So the orcs are behind it all, eh? But how did they come in if nobody saw them? Hopefully you have ensured they won't be back to the same mischief anytime soon, which will give us time to rebuild. But there are still mysteries to be solved. How did they sneak the stuff in? Good question. Let's free this poor guy from the locks. There you go. I cannot thank you enough for your help, good Aether. I do not know if you've ever been thrown in the stocks, but I can tell you it's not a comfortable experience. I do not think Captain Trotter was ready to hang me for what... Oh, I do think, sorry, Captain Trotter was ready to hang me for what happened. You have likely saved my life, my friend. And back to poor Captain Trotter.
What do you need?
Well then, I'm glad that debacle is over with. Perhaps now we can focus on more pressing issues.
Stay a moment.
And here we go, the Pass of Nan Wathran. This is why it says it's a fellowship quest. It really isn't, especially level 36, and especially with a companion creature. I wonder, Aether, did you even find the brewer of the foul potion while you explored the orc encampments? You tell Captain Tross that you had no such luck. Ah, that is dire news indeed, for it means the enemy's influence stretches further than I ever thought. I have a troubling notion that Nan Wathran has fallen to orcs. That's an understatement. The Pass of Nan Wathran is a dangerous place in the best of times. If you wish to help Trestlebridge once and for all, you must wipe out the orc presence from Nan Wathran. Ha ha ha! Yeah, wipe it out. You wait and see. There's absolutely no way you can wipe out the orc encampment at Nan Wathran. Not a chance. There's far too many of them. Hi Valiance, thanks for joining. First time playing my Lore Master in I don't know how long. So, yeah, still getting my head around it. I've been using my Lore Master as a crafting character. I have missed playing them, but I have 10 characters, which, when I can get High Elf, will become 11, and you can't play them all the time. Right, so let's go to this joyous place, Nan Wathran. Haha! Well, good to see you then, definitely. What did you go for, sort of class-wise and race-wise? What have you chosen to play? Right, where is... I think you can get to the pass around the back of this. You don't have to go through the camp. Hobbit Minstrel. Good start, good combination. I started mine initially with the Hobbit Hunter, but Minstrel is also good for ranged combat. Can I just get in this bridge? Yes. I have a Hobbit Minstrel and a Hobbit Hunter, and in fact a Hobbit Guardian. But most of my characters are elves. Not all of them, but quite a lot of them. So, Nan Wathran is a huge place, and I usually get lost at some point because there's 2 layers to it. I'll just untrack the Wandering Cruelbeaks because we've got... Yes, we have found the Path of Nan Wathran. That's not difficult. This bit, however, somewhere in here is a defiler of Trestlebridge. And we will pick up any of these orc things, although you don't get Men of Bree reputation from these. The Orc Slayer is needed, so you may as well get whatever you can take. How rude. I hadn't quite clocked how over-leveled I was for this region, but once I get past this and in fact Nan Wathran, and past the dead area in the east, then I actually really love the North Downs. It's got some beautiful scenery later on. I'm not so fussed about that. There is not a Kraven Slayer in the North Downs unless I've remembered incorrectly. But we'll see. I think even the Defiler quest should be a little bit of a challenge at this level because of the mobs that surround it. How rude, go away. Which one's my own cure? Can I cure myself? I think so. Yes, I can cure myself. The one thing I've never understood about Lore Master is why you have to sacrifice some of your health for some of the abilities. Power, sure. Oh, okay, my Lynx has decided we are doing the Kraben quest. Never mind. Hey ho. I used to think the Slayer deeds in these earlier regions were a lot of work until I got to places like Moria or before that, well, even the ones in Foreshell and Misty. You're like, yeah, I can deal with this because I've got to kill a minimum of 300 in those regions. And I suspect that only gets worse the farther through the epic you get. Oops. I thought... I'm getting my abilities muddled up here. There we go. I thought the lightning was on 5, and it's not. It's on 6. Right, I won't bother with picking up any barrow iron. However, I do need to pick up any silver I happen to spot. Do I need to defeat Tarkrip shooters? Where's my Lynx gone? Where is he? Hello? He's vanished off somewhere. Where's my Lynx gone? I might have to resummon him. Oh, he's got stuck. How did that happen? Can I dismiss you? Yes. How very strange. He got stuck under some wood. Probably doing something he shouldn't. Hey, I purposefully sent you to that one so we can kill 2 of them at once. Hello. Yeah, so I'm playing, effectively, my role, the way I've got this set up, is I'm playing support to my pet. So the Lynx is using its stealthy abilities to get up close. Ooh. And I need to keep it alive, which at this point is going to be easy. When it gets around to having larger groups of mobs later, that will be a bit more involved, I suspect. Tarkrip shooters. Do we need any more renders? Yeah, we need to get 4 more renders. Grab that shooter. Off you go. Are you enjoying playing so far, Valiants? I found it took me quite a bit to get into LOTRO after my main MMO. But once I got my head around some of the trickier elements, I've never looked back, really. Probably too much. Yeah, that's my challenge. That I'd like to keep playing it like all the time. But I have 2 MMOs and a blog to run, and oh, I've got a daughter and a wife as well, who I should probably see at some point. Oh, I didn't get around to healing the cat. He came pre-healed. Okay, he had a wound there. I don't think you can enjoy it too much. It's very relaxed. I mean, you get some trickier areas as you do in any game. There we go. That's like, could you clear out all the orcs? Because that's the only way it'll be safe, is what the NPC said. And oh yes, if you take out 21 of them, you've cleared out a good contingent of them. Nowhere near. There are some goblins in Nanwathran, but they are a pain, and it's the slowest way to do the goblin slayers if you come here to do it. There's a couple of places where there's not a large number, but they respawn fairly quickly. Right, yes, so you have 3000 HP, so I'll work on the ads. Oh, probably have to do some healing. Yeah, you really do have to look after the family as well. That's why I had to work with my basically work with my wife and say, right, so what days is it least inconvenient for me to stream? And she was very understanding. There we go. We'd kill the defiler who brewed the sleeping draft. That put the guards to sleep. I won't need any of. Oh, actually, I can't use any of them. 546. What's worth the most? Yeah. So that's why my streams are on the days that they are. Is because like, well, my wife's out most Wednesday nights. I'm not gonna do that. I think it might be better, instead of us getting lost in Nanwathran, is if we I need to head back to Trestlebridge because hello. When your pet goes off and does its own thing. Because I'm trying to find the quest chain that means I can be sent up north towards the dead area up to Fornost. Because we've done what was actually asked of us by the NPC. I want to be able to move up the level to get towards at least having some green mobs on the map. Yes, I won't ever be doing that stronghold exploration on stream. It is a pain. Right. No, of course I don't have enough bag space. Do I ever have enough bag space? For the sake of simplicity, I'll just get rid of anything that this character doesn't need. I'm going to keep silver. The rest, I've got billions of sapphires. Normally I'd mail these to my other characters, but probably not fair to put you through all that. Right, okay, now then, see if we can find the quest giver. At least I had announced that I was getting a little bit clueless. I need to work out. Yeah, I want to get sent up to the mad guy. I don't know how you do that. There's one outstanding quest giver here. Oh, Aggie. Aggie has something here.
I don't know if you can help me.
Ah, there we go. So we do need to... You're not going to send me back into Nanwathran? No. Okay. So this might be how we manage to pick up the line. It's not always obvious in the Northdowns when quests lead on to other quests, so we'll pick this up. The question remains as to how the suspicious powder got into town at all. We have many travellers here being on the Greenway, and I did hear rumours of an ugly, mean-looking man that came through last night. I didn't see him myself, but he made a few folks uneasy. He was already gone when I went to look for him. Folks say he looked a little orcish. Have you ever heard such a thing? Well, yes, if you've gone through the Lonelands, half-orcs are all over the place. The idea of grandchildren slightly terrifies me, Valiance, simply because my daughter's just turned 1. So, hats off to you for parenting and surviving through to grandparents, my life. We're only planning the one child. Our family circumstances make it tricky for us to have a large family. I've got a ways to go before my daughter's 26. Right, so let me think. So I am, yeah, I'll be nearly 60 when my daughter turns 26. That's a terrifying thought, isn't it? Right, so in here someplace there is a half-orc. Where's the half-orc? That's okay, you take the... I don't mind you taking other things out. I'm not going to start that quest. Oh, there's the half-orc. Of course, when I'm not actually ready for it. Found me out, did you? Right, collected historic map pages. We just need to kill orcs for those maps. Yeah, we do. That's fine. Because we need orcs for the Orc Slayer deed here, we may as well just grab them. Not that there's a shortage of orcs in the North Downs. Although sometimes you do have to wait. And we have got 5 out of the 7. The North Downs is great until you end up hitting Doldinan. Then it becomes a challenge. Although, because I've never got this far on a Lore Master before. Okay, so we've got all of those. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit... What's up, dark? Let's try not to do that. So we found the... Yes, so we need to go back to Aggie Digweed. Poor girl. Yeah, my pet does not need help with Kreben. However... Orcs. Yes, maybe. Today, any day that's not Sunday, I am on Evernight. On Sundays, I am on Crick Hollow. You can blame Second Breakfast for that. Right. Are we two cruel beaks short of that quest, so we may as well just quickly go grab those. Oh, very pretty sky. Looks more orange on my Brandywine has, from what I hear, has a really good community too. I can't be on all on all servers. As enthusiastic as I am about LOTRO, if I was everywhere, I wouldn't get anything done. And now that I've unlocked all of Eriador and I've got enough LOTRO points to unlock Isengard, I probably should start getting through some of the content. My main character is still getting lost in Moria. And has to go back and finish Angmar because I sucked at Angmar. I got so far, I had to get help with one of the epics despite having the inspiration buff in Angmar. So I decided to level up a bit on my main, get my first legendary items, and then I'll go back because I've basically done diddly squat of the deeds in Angmar. I did like meeting some of the free peoples in Angmar though. There's some really good great characters in there. Always take time to read your quest text. Oh, well done. I forget when people first start playing, it takes a while to unlock the horse, because A, you need to have the riding trait at 95 LOTRO points, and B, you got to have 500 silver for it, or 400 depending which one you go for. I think, can't remember.
I don't know anything, I'm sure.
You defeated the ugly brute. Thank you, Aethir. We'll have to be less welcoming to travellers now, I'm afraid. If such a man could come unhindered and wreak such havoc, then we'll never be safe. Orcs creep ever closer to our gates. These are dangerous times, my friend. I think the only people I've heard to say this is not a dangerous time are the hobbits who seem to live in this sort of wonderland where nothing wrong could ever nothing wrong could ever happen. Just eyeing these up for wardrobe purposes, but I don't think that's gonna be an issue. 952, 540. Yeah. Okay.
Could I have a word with you?
Yes. Good. We're getting close. I want to meet the mad guy. You have helped us a great deal, Aethir, but I see you are ready to be on your way. I would like to give you a word of advice. Follow the Greenway north, but do not pass into the shadowed fields. Turn east at the crossroads, never go north beyond. You would do well to heed this advice. I bid you a safe journey. Turn east, never north. Depending on how much you manage to play Valiance, you're probably still in the Shire. There's so much to do. I mean, to finish all the Shire deeds, you have to finish 75 quests. I swear there are more than that in the Shire. And the Brewmaster deed, the Pie no place for spoilt pies deed, and restoring the quick post deed all count towards the 75, and there's still bunches of quests left. I nearly always leave the Shire with stuff undone. I just started doing my first Hobbit Guardian that's a two-handed sword guardian. Unless that's silver, I don't... It's silver. I need silver because I'm a jeweler. Oh, well done, Valiance. Yeah, go make a coffee. I'm only allowed fake coffee at this time of day. Right. So, I think we get to go and meet our mad people now. Thought I was going to end up having most of this stream in the dark, but thankfully, within 45 minutes the sun is rising. I'll remove that for now because I won't be going back into LOTRO until I want to do the deeds. I never worked out, I don't know if anyone else in the room knows, why when you end up in a an area of either whites or shades, why the trees are also dead. There must be some reason, there must be a curse or something, but the same is in Evendom, where there's only a small patch where there are loads of shades in Evendom, but the trees are also dead in that. I think the whole of Fornost was cursed or something, the evil spreading south. I have to remember that. I don't always remember the lore behind some of these things. But yay, some of my favourite NPCs. I love these guys. We have Colbert the Mad, Ithramin, and I have no idea whether I've pronounced that correctly, and Mincham.
A shadow is on my spirit.
Ah, hail, traveller. If you are in need of a warm fire or a meal, you are welcome to join our strange company. We do not get many folks at the edge of Fornost. What errand could possibly bring you hither? Oh, I've got rep with the Rangers of Esteldin. Need to add that to my tracker up here. Hi, Kazami! No, I haven't played my Lawmaster in ages. This is by no means a character I play a lot. I'm not... I don't play this one much. He's mostly a jeweler. I use him for crafting. My mains are Hunter, Guardian, and Minstrel at the moment. But yeah, what I found, Kazami, is that people who are mostly doing deeds seem to be Lawmasters because you get the extra companion thing. And I've spotted most people who when I'm not playing my Lawmaster, I get really annoyed with, because one of the pets you get is has ranged combat. So I've ended up having to give up doing deeds on my Guardian because the Lawmaster just come and wipe everything out. Nothing I can do, and if they're deeding and they need to, then fine, but I have to come back and do the deeds at a different point. Right, I just need to add onto my tracker here the Rangers of Esteldin. There they are. All of 300 there. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? Yep. Cool. Reminder that, as with most of my characters, I still have to go back and finish the deeds in the Lonelands. Or the... Yeah, I mean that's the best approach, Kazami, is do what you enjoy. I mean
Will you stay a moment?
I took on
and learn
Hunter
of my
initially
troubles?
because it had... This is a basic class to pick up. So when I first started playing, I was like, yeah, let's go for something that's basic and fairly simple. Only they put Guardian into that lot, and there's quite a few abilities where one will trigger if you do another one. So although technically anybody can do it, it took a bit for my brain to get around Guardian questing. I am Mincham, a ranger of the north, and ever a protector of these lands. My duty bids me to keep watch over the fields of Fornost, for they have grown dark and evil. Wise folk do not come near this place. Allow me to introduce my companion, Colbert the Mad, or so he likes to call himself. He wandered out of the field one day and sat himself down at my fire. It was some time ago, and he has not left. Yeah, because I came from a different MMO where you always get companions. I found it was a bit lonely questing on your own, so I picked up Lawmaster thinking it's really great to have So not someone as such, but something there to help you. And now when I go into tougher areas, I make sure I've got a skirmish soldier token, so I'm not alone. I find it can be quite lonely for your character, not for me, but lonely for your character to be questing in Middle-earth sometimes. Colbert the
What
Mad.
can I do for you?
The man fixes you with a hard stare, lines of amusement etched into his pale skin. Yes, I am Colbert the Mad. I came out of Fornos and lived to tell the tale. I remember no time before, but I walked the dark fields and saw many things. You are Aethir the Mad. Yes, mad, mad, mad. To come to this place, there are ghosts, yes, and evil spirits, but more terrible than any are the bears. Oh dear. If I manage to get one of my Bjornings this far, that'll be a funny comment for them to hear. Historian lore-centric mage. Yes, I mean, if
Graze the shadow.
you
upon
persist
my
at
heart.
it, you get to meet Radagast the Brown, who is basically your kin in one sense. He's the one who's on the same wavelength as you, and you do some really neat quests for him. You can unlock different animal companions, and actually later on you can pick up cosmetic companions. So effectively I could have out a dog and my fox, because the fox is a pet, but lore masters get cosmetic companions. Don't put a cosmetic companion in when you actually want something to fight for you, however. But you know, for wandering around Bree or any other safe place. Welcome back, Valiants. Cosmetic companions, I think you pick up your first one with Radagast in the Lonelands, I think. If you went for Historian, did you actually go crafting-wise for Scholar then, Kazami? Just out of curiosity. And there is Ithramin, our vigilant lookout. He speaks rarely and smiles not at all, but his watchful presence eases my fears, and he lets me sleep better at night, so I do not begrudge him his silence. I believe he has come from Melunin to the southeast, but I do not know what brought him hither. Oh, that's a light relief when you get this far. To come down here, a bit of Elven Haven in the middle of all the chaos is actually beautiful to go to. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Kazami. I didn't venture into Historian's crafting because it's the most complicated from my perspective. So my one here is a jeweler to make. Jewelers can make. Let me see if I can find it. Jewelers can make things for lore masters. But you can make lore master brooches that add buffs to your creatures. So that I think that was one of the things. Reason I went for it, and I think you can also make actual. Yes, lore master talismans later. So you could make, and which is what I did here. A Snowcrest Eagle talisman, so I could craft that. Enjoy the early levels. I mean, if you're trying to get used to it, once you've done Ered Luin, go and do the Shire as well, and just relax and enjoy. You get some LOTRO points in there as well, and then you haven't got to rush through. Depends if leveling is a major thing for you, then move straight onto Breland after Ered Luin. But sometimes when you're getting used to a new thing, it's nice to go to an easier area. But that's your choice. It's just something I'd do. Oh, are you a human? Are you a human lore master? In which case, yeah, you got Breland's huge. But if you're trying to get some LOTRO points in the bag, go and do Ered Luin and then Shire. Well done, Valiants. I saw somebody tweet out that they had decided that they'd managed to get their daughter and her boyfriend to sign up to LOTRO and start playing. I was like, well, that's one way to build a family, I suppose. Ooh, I've got to grab this before that sun gets any higher, or before it gets clouded out. But I need to turn off these quest icons. There we go. Gondorian Lawemaster, except starting in Breland, because why not? Fair enough, you make those choices. I mean, you could in one sense start a Hobbit, get dumped in Little Delving, and decide, nah, stuff this, I'm gonna go to Thorin's Gate. That's what I would really like. One of the things I like about this game is the freedom just to do what you want. I mean, I still do now probably most regions in the same order, although I have just moved my second hunter from Evandem and he's going off to Troll Shores, but that's for story writing purposes. Cool, let's see what if... I don't know if anybody else in the chat room can tell me how I'm supposed to pronounce this. Ithramen is how I might say it, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm no use with Sindarin and whatever the other languages around Middle-earth are. Ithramen peers at you calmly but does not speak. After a moment of uncomfortable staring, he looks away and seems to listen intently to some distant sound only he can hear.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Oh, Gondor's a much higher level. Yeah. None of my characters have hit Gondor yet, and my highest character is almost level 59. So, yeah, you won't want to be starting that at level 10. Definitely not. I want to reach it, because I've seen some of the screenshots of the region. You ask of Ithramen. He watches and listens all day. Myself, I haven't strong hearing, let alone the keen senses of the elves. I know not to what he hearkens. He speaks very little, but of one thing I am certain: whatever draws his attention, he fears it. He will not venture into the fields of Fornost to seek it. So we need to ask Ithramen what he hears in the fields of Fornost. I'd like to sort of, if I can progress beyond Fornost in this stream, that'd be great. I won't pick up too many. There's quite a few quests that trigger automatically. Some of them are just kill one main shade, but some of them could be quite lengthy. Yeah, my goal is to reach Mordor eventually. Yeah, Mordor eventually. I think if my main reaches Mordor by summer or autumn of next year, I'll be doing well. But quite a lot of people say, enjoy the journey, play the long game, don't rush, do all the things, and just enjoy it. Whereabouts in the UK if you... Valiant, the question is, do you want to know where I'm from or where I am now? Because they're two vastly different things. I am streaming from the Highlands of Scotland. As you can tell from my very Scottish accent, I'm not from Scotland. I was brought up in Middle-earth. No, not really. I was brought in about the central part of England, so yeah. Hence, I don't really have I don't have an accent. Not really. You ask Ithramen what he hears, but he does not respond. His expression is slightly annoyed, as if you have interrupted him in something important. So I'm supposed to meditate, to listen for strange sounds. Well, we've already heard some strange sounds. You suddenly detect, just barely, a far-off song, ghostly and unsettling. I was raised in, well, near Lincoln, Valiance, but Nottingham was not a bad guess. In fact, Nottingham-Leicester is not a bad guess, 'cause it doesn't take long to get to those two places from Lincoln. Coventry is not a oh, actually, I might have visited Coventry ages and ages and ages ago. You tell Ithramen that you have heard the strange voice, and he looks at you sharply. His words come haltingly, as if the common speech is strange to him. You hear the twisted song. Great evil lies beyond the lights of this fire. Do you seek death? If not, stay and listen from afar. So I tried DDO first, and that made me not try LOTRO properly. I've never played DDO, but I never got into all the other Dungeons and Dragons stuff. The nearest I used to play a game that went according to Dungeons and Dragons rules. I think it was called Baldur's Gate, but I never got past. I was between regions, and something triggered that meant I got ambushed, and I could never work out how to defeat that ambush. But I reckon that was done according to Dungeons and Dragons rules, if I remember right. But it's where I came across, you know, some of the roles in RPG. such as mage. Right, I'm trying to find this strange voice. Yes, here it is. We actually don't pick up the epic in the North Downs until we get to Estelden. I don't think. Ooh, where am I supposed to have gone? Halbrad is in the North Downs. North of Malunen. Let me just check where that is. Where is he? Oh, he's in Estelden. It just made it very, very vague in how they talked about it. Okay. Half the time playing it like it's World of Warcraft and ignoring the quest story, the other half playing it like a historian, depending on my mood. You can play LOTRO very much according to your mood, and I think that's something I like about it. And that's why I've got so many characters. I mean, initially, they were created because I wanted to be able to unlock all the regions. Which you need the LOTRO points for, and you can do that via deeds. Well, thanks for that, but can you come back? And now I keep them and just play them according to mood. So if I feel like I need to get some aggression out or something, I might play my Guardian. I always have a Lobby for high pain days, so I can just relax and enjoy. If I feel like, right, I want to progress a bit, then I'll play my main. But that's not strictly needed. You can just do what you want to do, and as long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing. Progression is a byproduct, not the focus for me.
Why are you bothering me?
Tra-li-la-li-la, tra-la. Oh, but it is long since I had someone to sing and dance with me. Come sing! Oh wait, gotta protect ourselves. You've driven off the fell spirit. Oh yes, Olnathron. Can I cure her now she's human again? We shall meet again. Yes, we shall. We do meet. Where is she? Oh, you saved me from her, from Olnathron. Oh, I should go back now. Go back home. Yes, I remember. Oh, that... Yeah, Valiance. Again, my other MMO, you have to click dead things to... Not like LOTRO's dead things that are still dead things walking, but you have to click them to loot them. They do... In the other MMO, it does at least have a... If you've got 5 dead things that have loot pending and you pick up one, it will group them together, so there's that at least as a blessing. But no, having this pending loot, especially as, look, this is my jeweler, and because I craft for all of my characters on this one, my bags are this full. Well, I'm using 69 out of 80, and I added 5 slots in the last sale. But having this pending loot means I don't actually lose anything, so long as I remember to empty it before it all gets destroyed. But yeah, you just sometimes have to remember, and this actually, if you're new to this Kazami, you might have to watch, because sometimes quest items go into your pending loot. So I know there's a few quests in the Shire where it says you need to find this item on this dwarf, and you kill all of them, you go, but I haven't found it, and you find out you've got 20,000 of them in your pending loot. So do check your pending loot if you're looking for a particular item in your quests. You did well. Not many would have survived such an encounter, let alone driven off the fell spirit without harming the girl. I do wish some quests would actually give you options for all of your armor classes. 330 and 299. Okay. Well done. I've been the one near, yeah, Valiance, the one near Needlehole is one where I still forget to look in my pending loot. Oh, what deed did we complete? Of Glory's long past. Oh, it's only because you have to finish 15 quests. Not arguing. Finished off deeding in the Shire earlier.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing proactively now. I'm not sure I know exactly. A year and a half, year and 9 months maybe. Balancing my 2 MMOs, just about balancing them anyway. and I need them both for different reasons. LOTRO is one where I come and relax, progress if I want to, and that's great. But there's no rush. There's never a rush with anything. It's like, I mean, my main reason I want to make sure I can get up to unlocking everything in LOTRO is so that all the points I then earn are for what other players called fluff treats out of the LOTRO store. I do occasionally manage to buy a little bit out of the LOTRO store, but not very often. This poor girl. She's from a farm not far from here, but the fell spirit Olnathron seems to have tricked her into coming. My duty does not allow me to pursue the villains of Fornost, unless they are unwise enough to venture south of where we stand, into the North Downs. I must stay here, but you are bound by no such oath. Of everyone, Colbert the Mad knows the most about Fornost, and its many fell landmarks. Maybe he will have an inkling of where Olnathron would likely be hiding. So although this is not the epic, thankfully we managed to find the rotten trestle bridge. It is quite a long quest line. When you get to the North Downs, Redeemer is a Slayer deed, and you got to kill shades, essentially ghosts. You may as well deal with the Redeemer Slayer deed while you're in Fornost, because there are no more shades as far as I'm aware anywhere else in the North Downs. So of all the deeds, just make sure you clear that one. And there is the west and east ruins exploration as well. So unless you're at level-ish where you'll get attacked by everything, clear your Redeemer Slayer deed as well as the that landmark exploration.
Greetings, friend.
You want to search the fields of Fornost? You cannot walk the steps I walked without going a tad mad. I came from the north and the west, and I saw piles of dirt with bones sticking out, with treasures glinting from within. I saw lights that called to my death, and I saw graves wherever I looked. So, find and explore strange piles of earth. That doesn't sound foreboding at all. Search for the deadly lights, and search for graves. Whoopee! As I said, I love the North Downs. Want to get past this area, but the quest lines do kind of merge. So, and unlike some regions, the quest lines do logically go from end to end of this region. So you may as well follow them. Now then, because we're not going to get attacked by anything in this area due to my accidental massive over leveling. Oh, actually, we'll pick that one up simply because we'll have to get shades anyway. So, and this will be a Rangers of Esteldin reputation gain. Shades of Oathbreakers, cursed to remain after life had fled, haunt the fields of Fornost. They are deadly in their hatred of all things that live and breathe. And slightly envious. I don't think you find out until Evendom why they're called Oathbreakers. Oh, thanks for following, Kazami. That's really appreciated. Yeah, I don't think they tell you why they're called Oathbreakers at this... while you're in the North Downs. I could be wrong. Feel free to ask the question. I don't have all the answers, but I'm happy to answer if I've got it, or someone else in the chat room might be able to as well, as there are a few of us here. You're welcome, Kazami. Yeah, so to answer your question, Valiance, you can go on to other regions, but they will have their own set of Slayer deeds. So you can come back and do them later, but you will have to do them within the Shire, because each region has its own set of Slayer deeds. You don't have to do them before leaving the show if you don't want to, but it's usually easier to just to just deal with them while you're there. I defeated a Barkers. Oh, thanks for following, Valiance. Oh, you can do the Slayer deeds at any time that you want to. You can... Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I sometimes use the Shire or Erid Luin as a holiday for my characters. So you can come and you could wait until you level 115 and go back to the Shire and do all the deeds and kill everything if you want. One shot kill everything. You can do them whenever you want. So, like, for example, I have on this character these deeds still to do on my Lawmaster. This one is a pain in the backside anyway because of where the bog lurkers are. Gartha Garwin is a very challenging area, even over-leveled. So I will wait until I'm much more over-leveled before going and doing it. And I think part of the Lonelands one you have to do in an instance anyway. So there's no reason you can't go back to a different area and finish them off at a higher level. Come closer, warm creature, closer. How about no? You defeated one of the chief forces of evil, Naethir, who drains the warmth from men. I'm glad I haven't accidentally, you know, created a character with the same names of some of these evil NPCs. Oh no, you totally can. Yeah, absolutely. They will stay in your deed log until you've completed them. Can you take out that Barcast as well while you're at it? So, this grave has been recently disturbed. This player is being totally disturbed. We got another grave up here? Yes. And this is part of the quest line, so we really do have to do this one. Apparently I've searched it with some success. Shall we try again? I haven't even got a lag problem going on. This is just... there we go. Random delay with the game. Right, so we've got... what else we've got to do with On the Throne? Find and explore strange piles of earth. Search for deadly lights. I know what the deadly lights are. Hi Taxi, hi Fleet Taxi, good to see you again. We are live and kind of still pretty clueless in the North Downs. Now then, are there strange lights in here? Yes. So we can pick up a fell glimmer here. Make sure that my links is in fact okay. And hateful lights. Is there another one? Oh yes, there's a big one. Who has a name? I say I don't fully understand these creatures. There's some like them in Evendim called Limraffen. You have dispersed Moraphin's fell light from the haunted place. It feels like it's like someone's soul. I don't know. Right, so at least we've dealt with that part of the quest line. We still need to find the undisturbed piles of earth. Lovely. As with the Barrow Downs in Breland, this area isn't so bad during the day. Yeah, my Lynx is a little bit too fast on the ball here. I should play my Lawmaster more often because it's actually quite a relaxing way of playing. and you're only doing part of the work. Which, given that my hands hurt today, I'm kind of glad that people voted for Lawmaster. I was going to say, you don't get a white come out of all of them. Did I miss one? Yes, I missed one. Okay. Digging for relics. The digging was dangerous work and in disturbed and sullied earth, but you uncovered some valuables just the same. You are richer for your troubles. I'm richer, and apparently that makes the Rangers of Estelle didn't like me a little bit more. Go figure. Right, so we're still going after Olnathron, so we've got there and there. To people who are new to my streams, I apologise with the obsessive map reading. It's something to do with having a really pants memory. Yay, got rid of some shades. Ah, here we go, here's a grave. Yes, until I got my Windows keyboard, Valiance, I didn't know you could make your horse walk. I saw people taking screenshots and was like, I know you can do this, but how? And it's because I'm now dual screening, I have my own separate, have to have a separate keyboard to my, because I'm running this off a laptop. And it's using the insert key, means you can make it walk. It, him, her, whichever way you want to talk about it. There should be another disturbed grave around here. I must have missed it when I came to do the fell lights. But I'm not seeing it. Okay, so there's another red area to the south, so we can do that. The challenge for me now with making the horse walk in screenshots is, can I make it walk, hold the key down, turn off the UI, and press the screenshot key without knotting my fingers? So I've been trying, I just haven't managed to make a success of it yet. Now, one of these is an instant health thing. Where is it? Light of Hope. No, it's morale. I mean, I've healed now, but I could really do with reminding myself. Stealth detection? Oh, I'll find it later. I haven't played this as an actual playable character in too long, so... Cool, that's just because it says, you have killed many Barkests. Well, in actuality, my links did it for me and I didn't spot half of them. Share the power. Which one's the instant sudden health bit? Yeah, I can't remember. It's okay. Oh look, got another one of these. Really pretty. Really happy. He's really pleased to see you. With my evil, weird, glowy eyes. Bleed for me, I can almost taste it. That's not at all freaky. Bloodthirsty Akasoth. You defeated another one of the chief forces, for which you only get 300 reputation. None of the rangers came out here to do that, did they? No, I will try and do the horse walking screenshot thing, because it can make it quite an elegant screenshot. It's just the combination of keys doesn't always suit the way my hands work. There we go. We still have one more though. Where? In that red area south, maybe. I will come back here, either off stream if my family's not back, or at later dates to do the deeds. I love the North Downs, and I haven't got another character that's about to start it yet. Ah, there we go. Well, if I dismount, then my Well, there's 2 here. Couldn't find one earlier, and there's 2 in this region. Excuse me. From what I've gathered, the Lynx pet is a really good DPS one, and so I've kept the Lynx for the most part. My other preferred companion is the Eagle, because a lot of your abilities as a Lawmaster use power as well as some of your health points. The Eagle has a restorative power ability that both you and they share, so your power regen is improved with the Eagle companion. Unlike some Lawmaster spot around Middle-earth, I don't get on with bears. I had a really bad experience with a bear in the Lowlands, when he aggroed about 20 whites, which in light armor didn't end well. I do have a polar bear though, for when I feel like using it. Might have to take him out when I get to some snowy areas. Oh, I thought I got away without the ankle breakage there. That was only 6 seconds. Right, let's see if we can find that fell spirit then.
A shadow is on my spirit.
And everyone else's. You tell Mincham of the Whites who spoke of Olnathron and Thamlorn, the waking of Moraphan, the light of death, and newly disturbed graves. If your tale is true, Olnathron has likely retreated to Thamlorn, but her power has not waned. This is troubling news, Aethir.
Will you hear my sorrows?
I believe Olnathron is at Thamlorn, some ruins to the western fields. I have heard dark rumours about that place of late, and it could well be the source of the evil stirrings in Fornost. My horse will take you there if you wish to go. You must be careful. You are a seasoned warrior, but this place is truly evil. Yep, we may as well take the horse. You can spend a lot longer in this region than what I'm going to. I want to get out into the nicer parts up here during this stream. If we make it. See how it goes. I'm wondering about maybe forcing myself to play a character I don't play very often as a normal thing to do on stream now. Apart from it looking like I don't know what I'm doing. Which I haven't got a particular problem with. I'm not proud. Ooh, clouds of corruption. Strange idols can be found all over Thamlorn, spewing noxious green clouds into the fields of Fornost. You should disable the idols and stop the spread of corruption from this evil place. Yes, okay, so we can do that. So, I mean, these things crop up all over Middle-earth, to be honest. These are not unique to here. I don't fully understand them. There's so many things I think I should look up to do with lore. Like, how do these things have power? Where do they draw their power from? I mean, even simple things. I mean, I haven't yet fully read. I've started to, and I need to restart reading Lord of the Rings. Read The Hobbit years ago. But, you know, why does it matter if a wizard has a staff or not, for example? How does that help it channel its ability when they can use their hands for certain things? You wouldn't deprive an old man of his walking stick, would you? Nod, nod, wink, wink. Do you know what I think when I get around to Doldine on this character? I'm actually not going to be that bad by having a companion here. In every other character I have to take a skirmish soldier into Doldine, even over leveled, because it's it's not the level of the mobs, it's the group that they're in. And to get all the exploration of the North Downs done, you have to map to remote parts of Doldinen, which can be a bit of a pain. literally and physically. Ah, there's on the throne. I think. I want to get through that door. Thank you. Let's take out that shade there, so that's one less shade around Olnathron. Here we go. Here's dear old. The Dunedain cannot withstand the might of the dead, and neither can you. You will all die, and this land will be covered in our fell shadows. You know what? I don't think so. Although it looks like you might have to get rid of the ads first. There we go. Can we take on the throne? Yeah. You have defeated Olnathron. And there's the last noxious idol. Fabulous. Grab a supply crate, because I've earned that. Whatever little is in it. Right, so... let's go back to the horsey, because that's the quickest way of getting back to camp. Let's not take that route down, shall we? Ah, we came up that part of the hill, that's why. Me and having a sense of direction are two separate beings. There we go. Where's the horse? Where is the horse? Over there. Right. So, Olnathron was the spirit that was in that poor lady that we freed earlier. What indeed have we got here? Oh, the Western Ruins.
Ah, shadow is on my spirit.
I am glad you were able to disable those idols, for I believe they, fueled by Olnathron herself, have been responsible for the increase in corruption of the Fornost of late.
Grey is the shadow upon my heart.
Ah, my friend, I know you have been victorious. A shadow that has darkened my thoughts has vanished. You have the gratitude of the Rangers. And I doubt... I ought to actually have found out what my gear is. There we go. Yeah, not I don't need any of that. Artisan leather gear, that's going to be might-based medium armor, isn't it? No, it's just... doesn't really matter. I'm overgeared. Right.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
You have been a great boon to us, but I would imagine that my friend Amarian needs your help more than I. He has stationed himself at Amon Wraith, just east of here, guarding a number of refugees from the North Downs. I know he could use help looking after them. Now then, do we do another thing for Colbert the Mad?
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
I'm not going to read that one because I will come back to that because I don't really want to spend much longer in this part of the North Downs on stream when there are much nicer places to be. So let's go on to Amon Wraith then. And I'll come back on my own time to have what I've heard other players call a ruffle stomp, where you just sort of plough through things without any problem. Oh, have I got loot that's about to expire? Probably not in the time it takes me to get to Amon Wraith. And here we go, we actually get some of the North Downs music. That's much nicer, isn't it? And that's why I wanted to get out of that area as fast as possible. There is a separate quest line there with Colbert the Mad and tomb looting. Very much worth doing. It's very well written. I swear 68% mounts feel so much slower on big people compared to little people. It feels like you go so much quicker when you're a hobbit or a dwarf. I swear it's purely psychological because you're hearing more clippity clops. So thankfully we got out of the dead area before night falls. I mean, it's only a grey day anyway. So here we go, here's Amon Wraith. There's a task board up here as well if you want to use it. I need to see whether I've got any task items. What can I actually... I thought one of these was a vendor. Drat, I thought one of these was a vendor I could get rid of stuff at. Was I wrong? To Amon Wraith.
What do you need?
Mincham sent you, did he? Good man. I could use a capable pair of hands around here. There are many mouths to feed.
Would you do something for me?
You are welcome to rest here for a time, friend, but I am afraid that you will not find much peace. Evil things stir in Fornost, while the hills of Anandir to the east are ravaged by wargs. These people look to me for their defence. Alas, food is in short supply, and I fear to leave them alone while I hunt. Amon Wraith was of old a defensible position, but I am only one man. If you choose not to heed my warning and travel east, might I ask you to hunt boars that roam in Minas Rune? They have taken over those ruins and shown no sign of leaving. Did I put all the options? I thought one of these was a vendor, because I need to get rid of stuff out of my bags. Like, yeah. No, I must have been incorrect. Which means I need to get some stuff out of here. Which meant I probably should have gone back to Trestlebridge, but never mind. Any task items? Probably not. No. Okay, we've bought ourselves some time with that, but my bags are full. Right. So, let me put the map icons back on. Would anybody mind if I quickly... Oh, I can't for another 3 minutes. If I nipped back to Trestlebridge, because I need to get rid of stuff. Let's kill the boars, so I don't lose any loot. And more importantly, the silver that they could give me.
What can I do?
Unlock that. Right. So we are at last finally in the nicer part of the North Downs. At least the start of it. It's actually a very pretty country when you get away from Fornost. These tall trees are sort of a signature plant in the area. Yeah. Thanks, Valiance. I'm finding more and more my LOTRO streams are more like chill rolls, really. Just do what we can. Right, so we need to collect some. And I don't mind, I prefer to have a social stream anyway and people chat. Achievement's a secondary thing from enjoyment. And it's the conversations here that really make the streams I found. So if you picked up Scholar, if I remember right, it was you, Valence. You're a Scholar Lore Master. You'll have to find things like this broken urn. You only find those sorts of things either they drop from mobs or you're looking in built-up areas. Usually, I have a feeling the Barradowns might have some, but I've only just got to Breland myself on my Scholar, so it's still early days. Oh, we need. It's amazing how little meat falls from boars. It's like I had to kill some things in Breland actually the other day. Like, you need to collect X number of boar heads. Ah, it must have been Kazami. There we go. Had to collect a certain number of boar heads, and for some reason, not every boar you killed had a head.
How can I be of service?
You are as skilled in the hunt as you are welcome, Aether. This meat will last for a long while. The wargs and goblins cannot stay in Anandir forever, and with this meat I can feed the families of Anandir who have come to me for protection. You have my thanks.
Would you do something for me?
And we will come back to this. We have enough food now to last a good while, but the people under my care will not be satisfied until they have reclaimed their lands from the wargs and goblins that have invaded Anandir. Wargs and goblins are part of the Slayer deed here as well. We must be cautious. There is a camp of goblins on the slopes of the southern hills. Returning the refugees to their homes must start with the destruction of these goblins. But I first need to know their numbers. Travel east into Anandir and get as close to the goblin camp as you can without being seen. I do not want the goblins following you back to Ammon Wraith, so use stealth. Take care not to be noticed by the enemy. Right, so we will come back to that because this does take it. The area here is the best place for goblin farming, farming goblins. You do have to come back 2 or 3 times though. The respawn rate is not the best, but it is the easiest place to pick them up. I'd say there are some in...
What can I do for you?
Where were we? Nanwathran, but you have to get quite deep in before you get a decent number, so given when you're trying to do deeds, you want as many as possible. That's not the best place. It's good if you need a few extra to finish it off, however. Right, I will take the taxi back, just give my hands a bit of a break. So much stuff. Let's hide the UI. I don't always take the taxi. I'm a bit skinflinty in that sometimes I'll take I'd want to save the 15 silver. Not like I've got anything to spend the 15 silver on really, but the advantage of taking the taxi is you can just enjoy the ride on sunny days, which obviously today is not. It makes a very beautiful journey in the North Downs. He doesn't look particularly comfortable on that horse, does he? Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. But this is probably about 10% quicker than me taking the doing the ride myself. Haha. Evandim's music is brilliant. I love it. Most of the music in Evandim is so relaxing. You definitely want to go there when you do get a chance. There's no rush. I tend to do Evandim after North Downs. You don't have to. I'm trying to think. You can do Troll Shores or Evandim at about the same level, so you can swap those around if you want to. As long as you don't mind helping out a bunch of hobbits at the start of Evandim. It's very fun to do actually, especially if you've done the North Downs and you've gone through... I don't need that up. And you've done Doldenen to finish off getting the reputation. And the exploration deed that you have to finish off in this very tiny corner here. Going off and doing Evandim and helping the Oak Barton farmers market is well worth doing. It's a good relaxing end to everything else. How much have you already unlocked then, Valiants? Because you'll need to have unlocked... You get the Shire, Eredluin, Breland and Lowlands for free,
What do you need?
you then the next region to unlock is in fact this one, the North Downs. So how much you've already unlocked, just out of curiosity? Where's my expert jeweler? Already known. Fine. Evandom was a must-have for me. Absolutely must-have. Although I think I unlocked Mario way before I needed it. I'm going to keep the sturdy hides. I need to send them on to... my guild crafter. Well, then you'll have to make sure that North Downs is the first area you will need to unlock. Absolutely. Because story-wise, you won't be a high enough level to do Evandom, and the epic doesn't take you there. Evandom has its own side quest story, so you don't actually have to have... The normal epic questline does not take you there, so you have to choose to go there. What have we got here? Extra stuff that I have no idea what I'm doing with. I should have bought more bag slots in the last sale. Never mind. Right. So now done that, we need to... That was to make sure I didn't lose anything. We can now go back to Amon Wraith.
Greetings.
Cool. A necessary trip. So I mean, I think there is a bit of freedom in what regions you can do, but once you've done... Yeah, you'll need to do North Downs as your next one. But if you've just started, you can build up quite a few LOTRO points by clearing all the starter areas. Breland is huge for a starter area, but you've got Ered Luin, the Shire, and North Downs to go through. So there's a lot of content that you can take and enjoy for free. How do I... There we go. So if you're in Breland, you still want to get the Shire and Ered Luin, and then you head up here to the Lowlands, after which then you come to the North Downs with the epic. After the North Downs, the epic actually takes you to Troll Shores, I think. I don't always follow this logically because I usually end up coming to Evandom. So I think you can do North Downs, Troll Shores, Misty, but I always divert to Evandom at some point. But you can roam the starter areas as much as you want to, and then in December we've got the Yule Fest kicking off, so you've got events that you can get distracted by as well. Shame you only just started, because it means you probably just missed out on the fall festival. Valiance. Probably just. I think I'm going to have to make a hot drink in a minute. I normally have a break around the hour-and-a-half mark, and I've been going a bit longer than that. And I need a cold remedy. In fact, yeah, this might be a logical place to have a 5-minute break, actually. I keep meaning to have a little thing for stream that says coffee break, so people don't come back and it's why is this chair randomly empty and nothing happening on screen. So I will take this opportunity to go and get myself a cold remedy, and then we will... Oh, my Lynx decided to unsummon. So yes, I'll go and top up my LOTRO mug with some cold remedy, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. If anyone comes in and saying why is nothing happening, I will be back shortly. But if I don't get a cold remedy, I will struggle with talking, because I've been fighting a cold for absolutely ages. In fact, that might be the best way. Instead of doing a coffee break, if I just sit myself down here, then that makes it clear that what's happening. So I'll be back in a few minutes, people. I can see there's quite a few in the room still, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, I have a cold remedy now. So let's hope my mouth doesn't clog up. I'd like to get rid of this cold. I've had it for so long. Oh, people in the chat room came in. Room doubled in size while I was out. Cool, so we're going towards a goblin camp and trying not to be seen. Trying being the operative word. Because I'm over leveled, this is going to be slightly trickier than normal because there's no red dots yet. There should be soon, as long as the as soon as the mobs get to like level 26, 27, they should start to appear on my mini-map again. Just have to keep hitting tab. It doesn't matter if if a razor tusk sees me. I don't want to be seen by a goblin. There are sometimes that hang around the edge here that you can, like that one there, that you can be seen by if you're not totally observant. So, and there's one on the edge there, but there's our quest. There we go. Time for stealth is over. For a man nearby needs your help. Cool. There we go. Now it doesn't matter if we're seen. And this is the best place for Goblin Slayer in the North Downs, aside from Doldinan, which does have quite a good contingent of them as well.
What can I do for you?
Thank goodness! I thought I was done for. I ran from the wargs and was ambushed by goblins instead. You explain the way to Amon-Wraith is clear of goblins and urge the man to head that way, under Amarion's protection. Thank you, Aethir. I will. You're not going further, are you?
Would you do something for me?
Yes, I am. I would turn back if I were you. Everyone in the North Downs is like, don't go in there, don't go in there. In fact, if you venture beyond Trestle Bridge, it's a bad idea. It's naught but danger up ahead. The way you came is safe, right? Well, I'll head that way. To this Amarion fellow. Sounds better than trying to fend for myself out here. So we need to defeat goblins and destroy goblin tents. And the tents are all, if I remember right, inside. This little area here, the Stonehold area, there's two walled areas of it. Find and defeat the Stonehold chief. Okay. So there's two walled areas, so if you are farming goblins here, which, if you do all the deeds, as I still generally tried to do, do with finding that ability now, which one is the one that gives you instant heals? Can you use that on yourself? No, you cannot heal yourself. Where's the one where it gives you the instant heal? Why can't I find it? Clever escape. Back from the brink? Nope. Can he find it? Never mind. Right, so we're still defeating goblins and we're trying at the same time to find the chief. Get level 27. There'll soon be red dots. Not yet, though. Really should send the pet on ahead when he's in aggro mode. The only thing about regions that have small areas of certain mobs is that usually you find other people doing the deeds here as well as questing. Hence you need probably to return here 2 or 3 times. I'm pretty sure Goblin Slayer is the last one I finished. Ah, is that the chief? That's the chief. Send the pet off after the chief. That's it. My links is quicker than my channel time. Yeah, so just to show everyone, there are apart from there being quite a few goblins here, as well as the occasional warg. Well, it's mostly wolves. Might be wolves here rather than wargs. Oh, well done. I tend to find the things like the quick post one, especially, and sometimes the pies, are easy to do while you are questing, but the Shire quest doesn't seem to go logic. The quest lines, there are not so many, don't seem to take you logically across the Shire. So the epic begins at near Scary. It might be in Scary actually. Well, then you did it more logically than I did. I still ended up having to do half my pies today when I was finishing a Hobbit off myself. So yeah, when if you're going to come here to do the goblins, you want to come down here as well to this other circular area. So we may as well kill off a few while I am here, just because there's no other player seeming to be also after goblins, which is unusual. Okay. If you find someone else doing deeds in the area, be nice to them. Try and join forces with them if they'll let you. And if they're not that fussed, then just come back later. I had to revisit a couple of areas in the Shire today because people just came and killed my stuff. Until one where a hunter finally just let me join up with them. The rest of these things are wolves, and there's not a wolf slayer deed in this region. Oh, what else do we got to do with Scout? Destroy. Oh, we're still after the tents. Totally forgot about the tents. The tents, none of them are down here. Read the quest text and do what it says. Goblin Slayer deed, 60. When I first did the North Downs, I was like, really? I've got to kill 60 and then another 120? And then, yeah, since getting characters up to post-Troll Shores, 120 is really easy to do without much stress. Oops, didn't mean to. I'm a lore master. I can kill you with magic, or I can concuss you with my staff if you get too close. Heal the wound of my You know what, I might make the next few Wednesdays forcing myself to do time on my lore master. At least that way I'll make progress on it. It was interesting. I just thought, I know, I've got so many characters I've neglected. What are people interested in? And usually any characters in Breland don't tend to get that many votes when I put a vote out on Twitter. Did a bear day because people voted for Bjorning. It seemed to really prefer the class rather than the region, and even though Breland is like one of those areas that everybody does all the time, it was a tough call. It was close between me doing my lore master here or my exceedingly neglected Runekeeper, who is in Breland. But because I have too many characters basically for this stage in my LOTRO journey, it might be helpful if I just say focus on one neglected character for a wee while. Right, so we've done what we need to do with these goblins, so we can turn this quest in. And we might be allowed to venture further forward then. Nothing here is about to expire. No, fine.
What can I do for you?
It's more what I'm doing for you. You have done well, Aethian, almost better than I had hoped. The goblins have surely heard our message. They are not welcome here, nor ever will be. I do not have the means to reward you as richly as you deserve, but I hope this small token will serve as a reminder of the good you have accomplished for Amarian and the people of Anandir. And because I'm a jeweller, I won't need the jewellery he's got there, but sometimes I look at shields, and no, it's not particularly inspiring, for my shielded characters, so guardians and minstrels. Otherwise, it's which one gives me the most coin? 2.5, 2.65, 2.36. There we go. Ah, interesting. I thought he triggered a quest to go further. Do we have to do the venturing forth ourselves? Maybe. In which case, I'll head up to here because there is a ranger around here. I thought we managed to get a quest trigger up to there, which probably means I missed something somewhere else. Am I showing trivial? No, that won't help. There we go. When you're over leveled, find this option in your options panel called Show Trivial Quest Icons, because it means I've actually missed something with this guy here.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
And this one is further east. Our poor farm overrun by wargs. We fled this way, and this kind ranger vowed to protect us from dangers coming out of Anandir. I dare not go back. What if the wargs linger there? It is east along the road. I would dearly love to return soon. We have a livelihood to make. Defeat wargs at Nathan Hodges' farm. That's a more normal name, Nathan Hodges. Right. That's between here and where I was going to go. Got my coaster stuck to my mug. Is this the farm where you've got to attract wargs with meat? It might be. You said the music in Evandem is lovely. I really like the music in the North Downs once you get past Fornost. Right, so we're at the... Yes, it is the attracting thingy. Oh, what's that? Woad plant, I need that. Sometimes in the North Downs there's things that trigger... I am facing the target. There we go. Other quests, like repair a fence. Yes, there is lots to discover all over Middle-earth. It's like that. There's always new things. I'm going to pick up this woad plant because my historian makes dyes. If anyone's playing historian, then do turn on your track crops, because that's how you'll find things that are useful for making your dyes. Occasionally there is actually just a single warg or two in this farm, but not always, because you've got to attract them instead, really. Perfect for hanging some warg bait. There we go. Go on, little kitty, against the warg. Like that. Go on. Elf Hunter. That was my second character. Was an elf hunter. When I first tried Oh, I think I might have attracted too many wargs there. Whoops. When I first tried LOTRO, I started with a Hobbit Hunter. And then I had a break because I couldn't get into it. And so I made an Elf Hunter once, so I got back into the mechanic when I came back properly, and I've not left since that time. And now I've got 2 of them. That's fine. You might be envious of her travel skills when she gets a higher level. Hunters have it really easy for getting round Middle-earth. So much so that when I created my first non-hunter, I was like, I can't go anywhere. Let's finish repairing this fence. And then we can go back to Nathan Hodges. I think we stopped toing and froing to Amon Wraith then. I think. There you go, something you never thought you learned when in training as a Lawmaster, how to repair a fence. You have done a kindness to the Hodges, for there will be less work for them when they return. Hopefully they will soon be back at home, able to focus on getting back on their feet. That's actually not a bad shield. If you've got wardrobe, you can use warden shields for guardians, but I don't think it fits with the armor that my guardian has. I'll keep hold of it and I'll mail it across to her later. Oh, what deed have we just done? Oh, the second of glory's long past. Yeah, we've done 25 quests in 2 hours. That's not bad going. Yet the end. I've only got to do another 15 to finish that deed off, and yeah, we've not really started the North Downs. Heading back to Amon Wraith. Not in particular need of those things. You don't have to work too hard at getting Rangers of Esteldin rep, but because there's lots of quests, but I've yet to manage it before having to do something in Doldinan. You do pick up rep items in Doldinan. But by the time I've got max rep there, I just want out. So I don't usually pass on much rep to my next character. I just wish I had more bag space.
It's a solid day.
You cleared out the rest of the wargs that were hanging about. Thank you, Aethia. You're a real hero. We'll go back soon and try to rebuild. And you see, because we did that show trivial quests, we get a new one here now.
Might I take a moment of your time?
What a help you have been to us, Aethia. I imagine that with the wargs driven off, we can put this area back to right. For the Warg Slayer deed, that is not the best place to be. There's not many around that farm. Here is a good place for wargs. There are some that hang around here, I think, if I remember right. And there are quite a few in Doldinan, but they're harder to kill. Seriously, Terry Edwin Owen, hi! By the way, I've seen you in the chat room, but I don't want to greet people unless they say something. Did it used to be worse than this? Because it's not... It follows quite logically, but you have to remember to talk to certain NPCs. How bad was... You said that about another region, actually. Have they been really working to make them more logical, let's say? I still find that with the Shire, Terry Adwin, in that you start in one bit, but you end up doing this all over the Shire. Nothing follows logically at all there. And even Ered Luin, I have to choose to start in Thorin's Gate, because if you start from Solondum, to do everything you have to go all the way around here and then all the way back up north and back down again. But the Shire is a pain. It's a good thing I have had this flow all the time in the North Downs then. I mean, I'm a patient kind of person, but I do like things to be a bit more ordered. Oh my life! Used to. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't pick that up then, because that kind of flow almost puts. Well, it has two things. Either puts me off doing it a bit, or you think, oh, I missed something. This doesn't seem to be going in a logical way at all. The Lonely Watch. Oh, I got the wrong campsite. This is the one I was thinking of earlier. Yeah. Bunch of quest chains that ended in fellowship stuff. Were you forced to do the instances in Fornost? Because I haven't really tried to go in there yet for reasons that it's just too hard in there at the moment. Yeah, you see now, Troll Shores I do find very logical. Misty kind of is. But it takes a lot to piece that kind of... Did that bush just die as I approached it? The quest chains led there. Yeah, I'm kind of not surprised. I mean, to be honest, Fornost is, apart from Doldine, Fornost is like the big evil in the region, in all honesty. So it doesn't surprise me they had sent you there. Or that you were led there, to use your wording. I should go back and try and do them at some point, but I can't remember how many levels higher I need to be able to achieve it at the lowest area. I think I'd tried 10 levels over once, and the groups of mobs were still too hard for me. I don't like leaving content untried, but I have no incentive, because you can get the reputation via Doldine, and I don't have the incentive to go out to Fornost, really. So the guy from Amon-Wraith sent us to what he called a very lonely outpost. There's a ranger just up here, all on his lonesome. Ooh, people, we have some red dots. I can't just run where I want to. Right, that's good. In which case, yes, I think the next stream I will do from on this as well. And well, maybe we'll do Wednesday Night Lore Masters for a bit, if that's alright with people. Might force me to play it. I think we did run some errands for this guy. A lonely watcher.
What can I do for
Hail,
you?
stranger! Ah, Amarian sent you. What news from Amon-Wraith? Doom and gloom, we're all going to die. Yay! First level done.
Greetings, friend.
Welcome to
Can you lend me your ear?
Lagaros, traveller. I wish that I could offer you more comfort, but as you can see, it is a sparse little ruin with little to offer. It's so nice to have some company. Would you be willing to collect some firewood and driftwood nearby? It would bring some cheer to this guttering flame. We shall be warm and comfortable then. Yeah, it looks like a bit better than a guttering flame. 40 minutes before I have to worry about that stuff expiring. So, this is a quest that's easiest to do in the dark, because of the things you have to collect. Collect driftwood and firewood. Just got to watch for the bears, now that we actually have some mobs that could aggro. Of course, Muthir, as I call my kitty. will take them on for me. Now then, I think is the firewood nearer his camp? I think it might be. Yes. Oh look, there's some lynxes. He doesn't mind attacking his own. Yeah, Valiance, if you've got another... What I'd say is if you're at... Because I was doing that deed not that long ago. Oh, that founding stone you'll come back to when you hit Estelden. If you're at the Yale height, go and do another deed and come back. They respawn quite quickly, but it's better to let them respawn en masse rather than one by one. The open tapping system is very good, so long as, but it depends on how quickly you kill things compared to how quickly somebody else might kill the things. So I had somebody try to who briefly said, "Do you want to come into a fellowship to do exactly that deed, the harvest fly deed?" And within 2 minutes they'd beggared off somewhere else, and I was like, "What? If you're gonna stay and help, stay and help." So if someone does choose to group up with you, or you ask someone to group up with you for a deed, then be nice and ask them how many more they need for them to finish off as well. Keep in mind that some mobs share spawns, so if you're doing slug slaying, you also kill toads. You have to also kill toads and flies, because they will attack you. Or I mean, the flies get really annoying if you're doing the slug slayer deed. Do they affect your accuracy? Something like that. Driftwood. We need to get down to the river for driftwood for obvious reasons. What do you mean by you also have to kill the toads and the flies? Does killing the toads and the flies nearby increase the likelihood of the slug respawning? Is that what you're saying, Terry Adwin? When you kill a slug up by needle holes, 1 in 3 chance it will come back as... Oh, really? I mean, So actually, if you kill a set of flies or a toad, is it a 1 in 3 chance it'll come back as a slug? Is that what you mean? Ah, right. I'd noticed that with crafting nodes. I hadn't noticed that gathering nodes. I hadn't noticed it with mobs. Let's see, there's so much that I really love playing this game, and I'm really glad that I'm able to share some of my adventures here. But I feel like there's just so much I've still yet to learn. I suppose actually the other good thing in the Shire, especially because you never leave the Shire, certainly on your first couple of characters, anywhere near reputation level. That if you kill off some of the toads as well, that might count towards task items. And it's good to know, Terra Edwin. I might have to try and observe other areas in future, but I should have killed. Yeah, because you have to run around a lot for the Slug Slayer deed. And because not all of them, in fact, I'm pretty sure none of them are aggressive by default. They're yellows before you attack them. So you have to tab for them if you've got poor observation skills like I have. That's what they call shared spawns. I wonder if there's a wiki post somewhere that says which areas have the shared spawn on them. That would be interesting.
Greetings to you.
Ah, this will do well, Aethir. Pull up a seat, rest, and let us talk. It has been long since I have had company at my fire.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
I look at what happened at the farmlands as a failing of my own. Amarian and I guard this road, but the wargs moved between us, and we did not espy them until it was too late for the farmers. Amarian guards them now, but I wish to make amends for my negligence. Will you help me gather furs to send to those poor folk? It's not much, but it will keep away the chill of the night. Collect furs from wolves or bears. Yeah, I think the slugs is 20 initially and 40 for the one after that. It's still pretty painful because you have to run around a lot to get them. But given the deeds are done in higher areas now, it's like, oh, if it takes me half an hour to clear that deed, then that doesn't matter anymore, really. Come to think of it, Earthly, I would ask another favour of you before you go. Another traveller passed along the road, a short little fellow. He went west not long before the wargs attacked on the farmlands. I fear he may have been hurt or worse. Will you search for him in Anandir? So yeah, we will come up here. This is one of the prime spots for Warg Slayer, but half the population here is wolves and wargs. I wonder if it's one of the areas you... 60 and 120. None of the... Did all the Shire deeds used to be that high? Because... they only get that high in Breland? Yeah. I mean, where I'm at now, some of them are north down. Some of these are 60 and 90, aren't they? Yeah, these ones are 60. Well, 60 and 120, sorry. Did they lower all the Shire ones at some point then? I mean, in terms of the Slug Slayer in the Shire, there is a very small quest chain that does take you there. So if you do one visit, kill off a bunch of the slugs, wait until you're asked by someone in... I'm only remembering this because I did it today, or yesterday. You're asked by someone in Overhill to collect some drams of slug slime, which is a horrible, horrible thought. Ooh. A warg quest. Wargs have free reign of the unguarded lands of Anandir, especially on the Toothed Hill of Hoeglin. You should defeat the wargs of Anandir and investigate Hoeglin. So this is one of the prime spots for wargs. The furs we need will only fall from wolves or bears, and not all of them. Well, I'm glad they lowered that one especially, and if they lowered harvest flies, that would have also been great, because when you end up with these little parts of maps, and that's pretty much the only place you can find them, slugs is the key one. You can only find those in that part of the Shire. The other people tend to flock there as well, and so you're all waiting on respawn times unless people are considerate enough to set up a fellowship for it. Ah, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. I mean, at least with the harvest flies, there are some in the surrounding fields, but not many. Where is the safe way down here? I swear I missed the way. It's over there. Very pretty purple sky coming out with this gloaming. Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. There's two larger regions for goblins, and they respawn quite quickly. And the Hobbit Epic has some goblins in a cave in an instant, so they're goblins just for you. So they don't need reducing. Wolves, if you go to one of the farms, there's plenty of wolves there, and of course there's the wolf den. Clues in the name with that one. I wondered about that Teriadrin actually, because none of the Evandim Slayer Deed things trigger in Oakbarton. And the hobbits there, even when you get to the Glassblowers camp, refer to themselves as being part of the Shire. And so I wondered whether it was in fact classed as part of that still. I mean, you should be able to finish that deed off in the Wolf Den Valiance, but if you do run out, there's a farm just south. That is at the chicken farm, Dora Brownlock. Her farm's generally overrun with 10 or so wolves if you need them, but there's usually enough of the wolf den if no one else is also farming there. Yeah, Terry Adrian, I've actually accidentally, on characters I've not accidentally, it doesn't really matter, but I've, characters I've not yet done the Shire on, finish off brigands, or start brigands even, and goblins, and yes, wolves as well, by doing the Trouble in Tuckborough skirmish. So we still need to... We're digging for treasures or something up here, but we still need 5 more wargs. Have we got all the furs? Yes, so we've got all the furs we were sent for. We still need to... kill off 4 more wargs. Collected a bone from the bone pile. Lovely. At least in the next stream we should have some green mobs. And what I'll try to do in between times is do the deeds in Fornost. Not in Fornost, in the fields of Fornost. Is everyone up for me doing Wednesday nights as just being Lore Master Day for a bit? Well done, Valiant. Now you can go back to the Yale Height and get some more of the harvest flies. Ooh, berry amount look like it's been exhumed recently. Right, so we've got all the wargs. We need one more bone pile. Such is the joy of that thought. Ah, right, okay. Well done then. I wasn't sure with they must have reduced that respawn time. It used to be quite painful because, especially if someone else was trying to grab them at the same time. But given that and the fields nearby are the only places you can find those harvest flies. Which is a surprise really, because there's plenty of fields, farms and things in the Shire that could attract harvest flies. I did not take the most logical route to this. I should have gone to the path. Oh, what the heck, let's swim it. That's what happens when you try and talk as well as think. Never mind. Right. Just grab that bear out of the way. So pretty. How are we doing on loot timing out? 25 minutes. Fine. Yay, got 3 things. Fall into the wargs.
Greetings to
I see you found some bones, Aether. Some of these are fairly small, but I wouldn't say any of them belong to the traveller I saw. Unless I'm very much mistaken, I'd say most of these are goblin bones. It seems to me that the wargs and the goblins must not get along well all of the time, and that is good news for us. Let them fight among themselves, and there'll be fewer for us to worry about. No, don't think that's really Lore Master appropriate. I have a problem dressing my male characters. So this is the best one I've managed to find. It's just from the Spring Festival for this Lore Master. So I think I've tried multiple ways. I don't, with these tunics, these sort of rugged undergarments, I'm not personally a fan of, so I don't wear that. This is the next closest one, but it just felt a bit underwhelming. And again, this rugged under bit of the tunic. What else have I tried? No, that just from my... That's just my actual equipment now. So, and that's a Fall Fest one, and I'm still not fully happy. So this is the best one I've come across. It doesn't die very well at all. I don't think much of it dies. But certainly with my tall people, I struggle to dress them for whatever reason. So, and when I find an outfit that works, I just stick with it.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Very kind deed indeed. You're a skilled hunter and speedy at that. I wouldn't call myself a hunter. Muthere here, however. The wargs of Anadir.
Greetings to you.
You found evidence of digging among the wargs at that large mound. That's very strange. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. I wonder what it is they seek.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
You must be weary from your efforts and long travels, Aether. Loath as I would be to see you leave, I feel obligated to tell you that there is a dwarf keep not far from here that offers far more by way of comforts than this sad little campfire ever could. Othrikar is the name of the dwarves have given it. They are friendly as dwarves go. If you wish to find a more habitable place to stay, it is a very short distance to the northeast, a stone dwelling nestled in the hills. A tier 9 light robe. I do have wardrobe. It's usually maxed out, but I can move some things around. Does it have any particular name, Terry Edwin? I can. My kin in both servers are usually very obliging in helping out. I'm not used to getting to Othrikar this quickly, because I will go back and do the deeds, but I'll go back and do those. Well, I'll try and start them after this streaming, if family haven't got back by then. Who's in my kin at the moment? Not many people are chatting, but it's quite busy. Yep, I'm not in a hurry, Terry Edwin, thank you. So let's head to Othrikar. There's actually, we might kickstart it. There's a few quests in here. If you want Thorin's Hall rep, which you will at some point anyway, there's quite a few here that give you some reputation with Thorin's Hall. You take them wherever you can get them. Because until I got a character to Forachil, as someone pronounced it correctly for me. Oh, let me find that. From big to small robes. Until you get to Forachil, or Forachil as I kept calling it, there are no rep items that drop. When you fight the Dower Hands in Forachil, you do end up with some rep items then. Oh, that is nice. Oh, I like it in the darker characters. Anorian campaign robe. The robe patterns look great on everyone, but beware, that's not all things do. They're not all things do. Have we got an explorer in? Yeoman, woodsman, woodsman, woodsman. I'm the tinker. Explorer. Oh yes, maybe. I'll see if I can put a cheeky request in. I have kept that, I'll copy that across as well so I don't lose it. It's always good to get people's experience. I mean, it's going to take me forever to make through the content. I love where I'm at with my main in Moria, but it's so long and in the dark, so I'm having to do it in sort of short bursts. Once I hit level 60, which I should just commit to doing one day, I need to go back and do everything in Angmar, including finishing the epic, which I chickened out of after having to have help with... Ooh, that was a quick answer. Yes. Someone's already identified which one it is that needs crafting. Thanks, Terry Edwin. I will have to play around with dyes, find the right colour. But thank you. Yay! Right, Othricar. We'll start stuff here, but I should try and finish bang on the hour because that's at any point after that my family could come back. So although I can carry on questing, I should probably, as they've been out the house 12 hours, probably speak to them when they get back in.
What can I do for you?
Hi Marrow, thanks for joining. Right. I'm trying now to greet NPCs, trying to get into the habit of certain ways of my characters interact with other people on screen rather just be quest to quest. My other favourite piece for LMs is a quest reward you don't get till minus Tirith. If it's a quest reward, they're bind on acquire as well, so yeah, that will take me a long time. But I'm not in any hurry to progress through content here.
Greetings, traveller.
Well met, traveller. Welcome to Othricar. You may find rest here or work if it suits you. What do you say to that?
Welcome.
Some of the quests
You've
here...
come at a most fortuitous time.
I haven't, I've just come now. Some of the quests here are Rangers of a Steldin rep, but there are some further in, which I'll go and pick up, that are Thorin's Hall. Am I even tracking Thorin's Hall rep? No, and I probably should. Rep. Thorin's Hall. Acquaintance and how much? 8,300. Acquaintance. 8,300. Save. There we go. Yeah, other people have said that, Terry Edwin. I'm not. I thought stuff in Moria might be quite nice, but no. I have a problem outfitting males. I have another problem outfitting hobbits. Making a hobbit look good is hard, and my main hobbit does need a new outfit. He's had the same one forever. There's a cold winter coming. I feel it in my bones. We dwarves are a hardy folk, but if we're going to survive the winter, we will need more supplies. Hunt the troublesome lynx. But I have a nice lynx here. That seems to cover the land hereabouts, and bring me their fur. I'll craft their hides into warm gloves for our miners. It's a good job my lynx doesn't mind hunting its own species then, isn't it? I'll come back to you, Mr. Questgiver. And also the rep board here, I think, is Thorin's Hall. Yeah, so if you do happen to have anything task-related... Broken wood spears? Have I used my task for today? No, I haven't. Broken wood spears I can do, and coarse furs, actually. So if I lock those... I really have to sort out this character's bags. It's just horrible. Not that I can remember where the dwarf is that I hand these tasks into. Is he around here? No. Never mind, I'm being dense. I need to get rid of stuff out of my inventory, that's it. Yeah, Dunland is something that other people have said, as well as being where the quest reward stuff starts looking half alright. Helm of Andir. No. I want to keep my woad plant, however. Right. Coarse skins was a task item, so was broken wood and spears. Sturdy hides need to go to Alts. I guess my first thing to do when I get off stream is to work out what the heck is going on with my bags. Got some event rewards still hanging around in here. Did I actually pick up that task in the end? I didn't pick up the coarse fur task. Ooh, ouch, Marrow. My female guardian would have a major problem with that statement. Absolutely major
Greetings,
problem.
traveller.
Got to be careful with making
At your
somewhat
service and your families.
sexist comments, let's say. Half my characters in both my games are female. See, I would play a male minstrel. In fact, I do have a male minstrel. It's a good job my wife's not looking at that either. My wife is the stronger mentally and probably by now physically than me as well. And I love playing my female characters. Yeah, I don't blame you for objecting to that one, Terry Adwin.
At your service.
In fact,
and your families.
in LOTRO I
At your service and your
I have a
families.
project second main, which is to make my guardian my second highest level character, and she's female. In fact, she figures in my fan fiction that I launched out today. Shameless plug. It's only my second fan fiction done for LOTRO, but I'm really enjoying getting into it.
I am at
My
your
guardian will
service.
come back later on in the story. You've got to be careful, Marrow. It's one thing to have an opinion, it's another thing to just put down people. I am categorically weaker mentally and physically than my wife. That is just a statement of fact.
Come and stay a moment.
In fact, my 1-year-old daughter in the right mood is stronger than I am as well. And I suspect any other parent here would say, yes, they can be very strong when they want to be. You will not make me sleep, I will break free from you. Listen, friend, we have problems here. Big problems. Those accursed dowered hands weren't content to ruin the operation of the mines while they were here, but when they left, they ruined or stole what food we had. Then there's orcs and wargs that came down from the north, driving the farmers who used to supply us out of their fields. And when we venture out of Othrikar, we have to do so in force, due to Dowerhands camped nearby. In short, we're having a lot of trouble with supplies. We need meat, 'cause we are dwarves. I can give you a fee in good silver if you could hunt some bears for us. They wander the hills to the south. My Bjornings will have a problem with that. They won't do that quest. Right, what's left then? About 10 minutes to go. So, shall we just hunt some lynx and some bears? Why not? There's no. I think we pick up some of the other quests in a bit once we've helped out some dwarves, if I remember right. The way out is. How do we get out? There it is. How do we get out of Othrakar? You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Oh wait, that's not Othrakar. Right, so we're after the lynx now. I have a feeling half the lynxes in this area are stealthed. For obvious reasons. There you are. My lynx is only just slightly different to the lynxes we're hunting. I'm on a... Is it a spotted lynx I've got here? Yeah. Oh, there's one. Chilled way to end what's been quite a slow stream, but I want to thank you people that have been chatting, giving outfit advice. It's when people come and just talk about things in a talk about positive things, and that's what makes it really enjoyable doing these streams. I still feel very new to this streaming thing, but when people come and chat, that really makes it for me, and it's really appreciated the people that have chosen to hang out with me tonight. So thank you. I will be streaming LOTRO on Sunday. It's likely this time to be Minstrel from Evendom, so that I can progress my main on Crick Hollow. No, I need one more lynx. Oh, I've come out of the area, that's why. Oh! He must have detected one that I hadn't. Right, now I need bears. They're not in this area. Yeah, I didn't think so. Bears are south out of Othrakar. Running is so slow. It's not, it's just that I'm used to characters that run faster. Right, instead of handing that quest straight in, let's go and get the bears at least. There's a whole bunch of bears. I've gone up the wrong hill, haven't I? There's a whole bunch of bears hanging around just outside of Othrakar, actually. Slugs are a pain. Yes, yes, they are. And most of them don't appear on your mini-map either. So you have to tab for them. And if you're a minstrel, you can't even track them. Oh, who's I em'd? Yes, here we go. I knew there was a whole bunch of bears out here. Not on level. There's usually quite a few red dots around here if you're within normal range. If I was you, Valiants, in future deeds that you pick those up for, save them. Save them for the regions where you've got to do 60 for level 1, 120 for the next one, or for much bigger ones. I think I did that in the early stages of playing LOTRO, and later on thought, yeah, actually half an hour or even 3/4 of an hour going after some slugs is not that big a time commitment compared to later regions where you've got to do 300 to get them. I have to kill bears. I will not do this quest on my Bjorning marrow, but my Lawmaster... And I wouldn't bring my bear pet out for this quest either. Oh, there we go. We've got all the ones we need. Valiants, in which case, use your vault until you hit level 15, then get a homestead and use your homestead storage to save your bag space. The only thing is if you start to use plugins like I have here, so if I want to find something, for example, I want to know which characters have... let me think of something that's definitely on another character. So we've got a Mark Acquisition Tome, for example. I keep them all on the same character, but if you have a plugin that shows what you have in your bags and your vault, plugins still cannot access your homestead storage, which is annoying. But it's only because I know that 95% or more of my homestead storage is cosmetic outfits, so I know I don't have those tomes in there, but it is worth considering then. But you do want to save those Slayer Deed boosts until much later. Terry Adwin is spot on with that. In later regions, the Shire Deeds and Eridluin Deeds will just feel a walk in the park and really easy. Thank you for your help, friend. I will fashion these furs into gloves to protect the miners from the bitter cold of the deep mines. Old Nine-Fingered Dolly would be happy about that, I can tell you. It's a shame that none of the staves in this in these earlier regions actually look nice.
Greetings, traveller.
Good, that meat should last us quite a while. Thank you for your help, friend. Yeah, and now you've done those, it picks up some other bits and pieces around here. Right, it's 3 minutes to the hour. I think the sensible thing to do would be...
How may I be of assistance?
For me to get repairs and sell any of this stuff here, and probably call it a night there on stream so I don't get in depth into anything. So I will go off on this character and hunt some shades down for Slayer Deeds, but I'm going to call it a night on the stream itself. Thank you so much for joining me and for the positive chats that people have put in through tonight. Saturday will be Smuggler Saturday, assuming the Old Republic servers are back up and running properly. That's at 2 PM on Saturday, and I'm back on LOTRO on Sunday from 3 PM, Minstrel in Evendim. So hopefully some people can join. Thank you for people for turning up, those who chatted, those who lurked, that's fine. I appreciate you lurkers as well. So look after yourselves, and hopefully I will get to see you all another time. Take care then. Bye.